Every week at Business at Breakfast, one of the members gets the opportunity to share with the group further insights into their business or enlighten the group a little bit more about themselves. The members can use this time to problem solve or seek assistance and advice from the group as a collective. The time is theirs to use however they would like. This week, while we did have Ryan Reynolds in, since he was in at the first meeting, I couldn't just get him for the second meeting. So I have to pick somebody else. I wasn't sure which meeting he was going to turn up at the most. So I have to pick somebody else. Today, I'm going to pick Marc Mathys. And the reason being is Mark's been here before. He's been a member for a while, but he's been missing for a while because it's a bit like Lana, right? Once the work comes through. But there's been some updates to what you've been doing based on when you used to come out, Mark, to now when you're coming out. So originally when Mark came out, Mark spoke of Reset It, what he was doing. But I've noticed, and Kathy, you may have too, that when we go out to say some HMP things, and there was someone who came to HMP, I think Movie Lovers, and then ended up at Michelle Cruz's Coffee Club pop-up. And she said, I can't think of her name, but then she said, from Reset It. What's her name?
Amy.
Amy. And she said, from Reset It. And my ears pricked up and I've gone, hang on, I know Reset It. And then as she was speaking, I've gone, oh, it's Marc Mathys, Reset It. And then my head started to go into, oh, hang on, he's got foot soldiers now. So I thought maybe you could give us a little bit of an insight, Mark, into what you've been up to with Reset It and what's going on over there. You've got a few minutes. Kathy, I'll put a time on for 8 minutes. You may not need 8 minutes, but whatever you need, and then we'll ask you questions.
Beautiful. Thank you, Misty. Well, it started with a lady that I did about almost a year ago. Lynn out of she's in Kentucky, I do believe. And we did a 2-session program. We did the 2 sessions with her, and she loved it. And she just said to me, says, well, I want to teach this. Well, at that time, I wasn't ready to teach it. And so she said, well, Mark, take a look at it. I really want to learn this. So I sat down that weekend and I thought about it and put things together. And I called her back and says, okay, this is the plan. This is what I want to do. And this is the program that I'll put with it. And she says, okay, so when do I start? And it just started with her. Then it grew up. Every month there's people coming in, because now we've got a lot of people coming in because we're getting noticed, we're getting stuff done. So now we've got certified Reset It specialists that go through a training with me to 2 to 3 months with me to reset the things that don't belong to them so they can teach this to other people. And now we're 12 people around the world doing this. And it's just been expanding. It's just been amazing. And we're getting more and more people into it. And we just revamped our website, because now with all our members of our team, they're all are connected with their CRM with us. They've got their Zoom accounts, they've got the emails accounts, they've got the branding, everything is done for them. So when they come in, it's a plug and play for them. And we're reaching out now. We've got 400 news outlets that we're reaching out to on the media kits. And we're spreading the news around the world that we've got a beautiful program. It's 2 sessions long. It's not easy. It's easy to do, and it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. So that's the message that we're sending out, and we're getting a really, really nice response for it. So that's what's happening with Reset It. And we just put on a new blog. If you take a look at the website, it's amazing what's just happened. What we put on my research of neuroscience and quantum physics, we're putting that into the blog. So you're going to have a lot of information, and you got all the testimonials, you got all the, it's just a beautiful, all the members are there, and you can have a conversation with them. So reach out to them.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Gary. Has anyone got some questions for Gary?
So Mark, not Gary.
Oh, what am I thinking? Because Gary's up in my opposite corner. Sorry about that, Mark.
Names there.
Sorry about that, Mark. Let me go again.
No
Mark. So thank you so much, Mark. Does anyone have any questions for Mark? Like, what is this Reset It program? I know first when you used to come out, it took me a little bit to understand. And then I think we had a one-to-one and you said something about, how did Reset It come about with you in the first place? What's your history to Reset It for it to be born in the first place?
Well, 20 years ago, I had a health problem, which I had sleep apnea. And when they gave me my machine to regulate my air intake, I slept 8 hours for the first time in my life. And something changed inside of my body and my mind. And what I realized is that all my thought process, all the things that I was saying to myself that I wasn't good enough, and all these programs and conditionings were gone. When I looked at myself in the mirror that morning, I saw myself for the first time without my programs and conditioning. And that's where my research started. I wanted to find out why this happened to me. And that's exactly it. So I did 5 years of research on the brain. How did that work? What all these, we know what it's all about, but how does it work? And I found with the neuroscience and quantum physics, I found a way to teach people how to reset the things that don't belong to them, meaning there are 50 to 60,000 thoughts like I had. And that was, the thoughts were controlling me. And now that when you're in that state of presence of who you are, whatever you put into that state of presence becomes your reality. And that's exactly what's happening around the world now.
Excellent. How much does it cost to
it's so expensive. It's so expensive to do. It's crazy. So you have to take a second mortgage to do it.
Go.
So it's $340 US to do it.
Right. And how many sessions with you is it? Because I know it's less than what you'll think. Yeah.
It's 2 sessions only.
Yep. Excellent. And how long are these sessions?
90 minutes each.
There you go. Right. And do these
and
sessions?
our certification program is a lot more, but that's
Yeah.
a different avenue. But
Yeah.
yes.
These sessions that you have, are they like a week apart, 2 weeks apart, a month apart, 2 days away?
There's 7 days in between the first one and the second one.
Mm-hmm. And is that because it takes a while to reset the first half and then the second?
No, what it does is that in the brain, it's got to integrate the new information.
Okay.
And then once you get into once you live the moments that you're supposed to live in the state of presence, well, then it's integrated, and then we work on the other stuff that comes up.
Excellent. All right. Who else has some questions for Marc? Because I've got a dozen more questions. All right, Janelle. But I'll let someone else do it. Yep.
Are you still on the CPAP machine?
Yes, I am. Yes, I just got a new one yesterday, so I'm fine.
Cool.
All right. How much does it cost to be trained as a resetter? And then Sean, I'll let you ask a question.
The price of getting through the Reset It teaching program is $12,000 to go through it.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah.
And each member of my team makes over $100,000 a year.
Yeah. No, it reminds me of life coaching, like to do a life coaching course as well. Sean, what's your question?
Yes, this is just a curious question also about the pathophysiology behind the pathophysiological processes or physiological processes that you've looked into when you actually designed the service itself.
Well, the way that the brain works is that the brain will always remember the last thought you had about. So when you reset the things that don't belong to you, that new information that's the new way of looking at it. So when you think about a problem that you're having and you reset the problem, so you're resetting the information in your brain, and that the other programs don't work anymore. So it's really simple to do. And, I have people that come in, I have people that are 11 years old until 88, 90 years old to come through my program. It's really easy to understand. It's really easy to learn as well. Because what we're doing is giving you the tool that you can do this on your own. So that you don't need me anymore. You don't need our services anymore. It's really putting the power back into who you are.
Yeah, that makes sense. Cool.
Thank you.
It makes sense that somebody went to you as a client and then said, I love it so much, can I teach it to others? Because this is really how a lot of things came about. Anyone that becomes a life coach, I ask them, how did you become a life coach? The end story ends up being this. I wasn't feeling too good. I needed a new way forward. I was a bit stuck in life. And in my effort to work out how to overcome this problem that I had, I tried all these different things. And then life coaching showed up. I really didn't think that it would help, but hey, I had nothing to lose. Oh my God. So transformational was it that I decided I would train to be a life coach so I could help others. And then of course, someone will say the same joke and say the same as being a pillar practitioner. that she tried different things. She discovered pillar work. So transformational was it? Then she became a pillar practitioner. So it makes complete sense that somebody eventually was going to get help from you with Reset It program and go, oh, so transformational is it? This is the one for me, and I want to teach this to others as well.
Yeah, if you go on my blog, on my website, you've got the story of Lynn. Go take a look at her video. It's just amazing what she went through and how she that's the person that my first student really, and the transformation of her life. It's just amazing.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you for allowing me to throw you off the bus today.
Oh, that's okay. I love being on the bus.
Usually have speakers lined up, but I was hanging out this week to see what would show up. So there we go. So thank you so much, Mark. So it's I always find that the right person shows up at the exact right time as well. So thank you for that.